Coming up on Unpeeled, this global superstar is bringing the party to Levi Stadium in February.
We're staying in the football field with this new TV show releasing in October.
Fans aren't laughing after these comedians announced their part in a new show.
And this zombie star is coming to life on the Broadway stage. All that and more. Unpeeled starts right now.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Isabella Galan.
And I'm Gabrik. We start our show with somber news.
Jane Goodall, renowned primatologist and activist, has passed away at the age of 91. Goodall's field studies with chimpanzees not only documented emotions and personality traits that helped link humans to the animal kingdom, but also broke barriers for women in science.
In 2002, Goodall received the Messenger of Peace Award from the United Nations. The UN took to X to express their condolences, saying that she, quote, worked tirelessly for our planet and all its inhabitants, leaving an extraordinary legacy for humanity and nature. Our thoughts are with Goodall's family and friends at this time. In other news, the British Museum announced they will be hosting their very own version of the Met Gala. It is being held during the Frieze Art Festival and is set to take place in just over 2 weeks on October 18th. Notable names on the organizing committee include supermodel Naomi Campbell and actor Idris Elba.
The museum says that the proceeds will go to international partnerships and exhibitions, and the event will, quote, celebrate the London cultural scene. Invitations have already been sent out, but the guest list has yet to be announced. Rob, I'm very excited about this. I'm very interested to see who will be on this guest list, since when the Met Gala comes out, everyone's looking to see who's going to be there. But also, which designers are going to be dressing these people? It's going to be very interesting, especially because the focus is all about culture and blending cultures. It's being co-chaired by Isha Amdani, who is a very, very popular in India as a retailer, very big in the business scene. So it's going to be interesting to see how she's able to blend her culture in it as well.
I think the blending of the cultures is the most important part of this event that they're looking to put on. I'm super excited to see, like we said, about the guest lists, but also to see the kind of profits that they're going to be bringing in.
Yeah, for sure.
The Met Gala is $75,000 per ticket, so that's a pretty penny or two.
Very expensive.
And $350,000 for a table. So I don't know if you and I would be making an appearance at the Met Gala.
I don't think so.
But if we're on this guest list, we might just have to make an appearance.
Well, maybe, but it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to be in attendance a little later this year. And global superstar Bad Bunny announced he will be headlining the halftime show at Super Bowl 60. The show will take place in February 8th at Levi Stadium. The news came after Bad Bunny previously declared that he will not be touring the U.S. for safety reasons and instead had chosen to perform internationally.
Apple Music confirmed Bad Bunny as the headliner during Sunday Night Football. With his 6th album releasing in January, Bad Bunny says, quote, this is for my people, my culture, and our history. Look at the smile coming on Isabella's face here. You can just see this is so exciting, and I want to know, what are you most looking forward to here?
I am so excited. Like we said, he only chose to perform internationally for the safety of his fans. So this is really big that he's performing here for the Super Bowl. And I saw a little bit of backlash online, people being, who is this? I don't know his music. I don't think this is a good idea. Insane to me. He is the most streamed male artist in the world, second most streamed artist, right behind Taylor Swift. Yeah. He is massive, and he's going to able to bring in so many international fans to tune in for the Super Bowl. It's going to be really, really good.
The NFL itself has been expanding globally, I mean, at every step of the way. I mean, with its first game of the season happening in Brazil, games in Ireland, games in Germany. I mean, the NFL is not just a North American sport anymore. No. It's global. Bad Bunny is the pinnacle of that, and I'm super excited to see what they're going to get out of it. I mean, like you said, just bringing in, the Hispanic cultures and everything into the NFL would only be great. I'm super excited about it. I think it's great news. Well, speaking of some more great news, for some people, October is the start of the holiday season. And to get us feeling merry, iHeartRadio has dropped their Jingle Ball tour lineup. This year, Jingle Ball will stop in major cities across the country, including Los Angeles, Miami, and New York.
And traveling with them will be Conan Gray, Ed Sheeran, Alex Warren, and more. An exclusive ABC special will be aired in December and available to stream on Hulu the next day. Major League Baseball has signed a 3-year deal with Netflix to feature major games in 2026, including opening day and the Home Run Derby. This past February, ESPN opted out of paying their yearly $550 million deal for Sunday Night Baseball.
This caused MLB to split up ESPN's package to Netflix as well as NBC and Peacock. The league is not the first to use Netflix to air their games, though. We have seen a rise in major organizations such as the NFL and WWE use the platform to stream content. This new partnership will pay the league roughly $225 million annually. Now, you, audience, are currently looking at the two biggest baseball fans here at Unpeeled.
Oh, for sure.
Isabella and I are so excited about this partnership here. I will say, little concerned. Netflix, like we mentioned, with the NFL, with WWE, they also dipped their toes into some boxing. There were some technical issues during those broadcasts, and I mean, if you're watching Christmas Day on the NFL, everyone's watching that, everyone's going to see it, everyone's going to notice, everyone's going to talk about it. So I'm hoping, please don't you mess with my opening day Yankees, everyone. That would drive me up the wall. So I'm excited, but cautiously optimistic, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, I'm kind of dipping my toe into the baseball world a little bit. I'm taking an American baseball and culture class, and it has been really, really interesting to see how tied together baseball and American culture truly is. And this is the perfect example of that. Streaming is everything right now. So it only makes sense for MLB to go in this direction a little bit late compared to some of the other sports that have already been doing it for a while. But it's really, really a smart move on their part, and I hope it goes as smoothly as we're all hoping.
And most importantly, Bella and I are in agreement. Go Yankees.
Go Yankees. Go Yankees. Well, when we come back, we learn what TV you should be watching in October.
And how the new AI actors are impacting the movie industry. We'll find out more after the break. Stay tuned, Unpeelers.
Hi, my name is Sadie Miller.
My name is Luke Brady. I go by St. Luke.
So this one I started with this guitar lick.
Welcome back into Unpeeled. With the fall season now upon us, leaves are starting to drop, and so are these premieres. Our reporter Sophia DeStasso has a watch list of all the shows that you should look out for this October. Sophia?
That's right, Isabella. There are so many new shows and returning favorites set to release this month. The highly anticipated season of Love is Blind came out today on Netflix. Viewers are able to watch the first 6 episodes and can expect the rest in the upcoming weeks. Don't go anywhere, but another fan favorite is being released today in 20 minutes. The 5th season of Abbott Elementary premieres on ABC tonight at 8:30, with episodes available tomorrow on Hulu. Season 5 is coming just 6 months after its last season, and over the summer they filmed an episode live at a Phillies game, which will be featured in this new season. From one sports comedy to another, the new season of Chad Powers premiered yesterday, and it is based on a 2022 ESPN sketch, which featured Eli Manning. Now in this Hulu version, Manning is behind the scenes as an executive producer, and actor Glenn Powell plays the role of college football player Chad Powers. On Brand with Jimmy Fallon also came out yesterday. Fallon is hosting with Boozema St. John. The show has 10 contestants and that have the opportunity to pitch a marketing campaign to a giant brand. The winning campaign each week will move on in the competition while the others will be sent home. Looking into later in the month, there are more popular shows coming out. Welcome to Derry is a new horror show debuting October 26 on HBO Max. This is based on a Stephen King novel and is the prequel to the It films. So there's a great mix of TV genres coming out on streaming services this fall. I'm your TV beat reporter, Sophia DeSasso. Rob, what show are you going to be watching?
I was going to say Chad Powers, but you might have me with the new It show there. Hollywood has unveiled its first AI actress, Tilly Norwood, promoted as a breakthrough in digital talent. She's already sparking industry backlash. Our business reporter, Cami Bremer, looks at the money, risks, and the pushback. Cami, great to have you here. Please let us know, from a business perspective, why would studios even try something like this right now?
Well, when we look at Tilly Norwood, we see for a studio a potential cost saver. Unlike a human actor, she doesn't have a salary, she doesn't have any travel logistics needed, and she doesn't have a contract that needs to be negotiated. And her creators are pitching her as a versatile digital performer who can do commercials, TV and film, advertising, etc. for a fraction of the price. Now, there has been some reported interest in agencies that have wanted to sign her, but there does come with some reputational risks, so it will all be like looking at and really understanding where is this coming from, why do people want her, but we are keeping a watch.
So the reaction to Tilly has been polarizing, to say the least. I mean, what does that mean for her future, do you think?
Well, the backlash for her brand value has already been going at it. I mean, we have a ton of audience pushback already, especially because it's taking the replacement of human actors. Now, when we really look into it with Tilly Norwood, we are seeing that what comes with it is it could be when we look at Tilly Norwood, what we are seeing is how Hollywood is really pushing back on it. I mean, we have directors that may not be happy about it because they want more real emotion, and if audiences don't accept it, then that means a limit in demand from studios, and that hence revenue. So we have a lot of backlash with that.
So bottom line, is this just a publicity stunt, or could it really rewire how Hollywood is going to operate?
Short term, when we look at it, we are seeing that this could potentially be a headline-grabbing social experiment, not actually an attempt to replace human performers. Long term, when we look at it, if audiences embrace it, we are now seeing that this could ultimately take over. And further going into that, when we're looking at it long term, this could also mean that we're taking away jobs, we're taking away writer scripts, because we don't really all know the future with it. So yeah.
Wow, unbelievable. Thank you so much, Ken. I really appreciate it. When we return, we discuss how this tournament was not a hole-in-one for the fans. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This comedy festival is causing more debate and backlash than it is laughs. Our pop culture reporter Sigourney Bell takes us east to the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival.
Yeah, Rob, this comedy show isn't all jokes. Welcome to Pop Talk. Saudi Arabia is hosting the Riyadh Comedy Festival, what they are claiming as the world's largest comedy festival. The event is state-sponsored, inviting comedians from 50 international companies, including well-known American comedians like Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, and Pete Davidson. But other comedians like Mark Maron and Shane Gillis are calling out their fellow comedians for participating.
Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. I mean, how do you even promote that? You know, like, from the folks that brought you 9/11, 2 weeks of laughter in the desert. Don't miss it!
Saudi Arabia, an ally of the United States, has been in a continuing lawsuit in which 9/11 victims, families, survivors, and insurance companies claim that Saudi government agents provided what they call as, quote, essential support network for the, quote, the 9/11 hijackers. Jane Goodall said he was offered a spot to participate, but denied it.
I admire that.
Then they doubled the bag, and I was like,
They doubled the bag, the princes?
it was a significant bag.
What?
But I'd already said no.
Along with Gillis, other comedians have said that they too refuse to participate over freedom of speech concerns. Comedian Tim Dillon claims that he was invited to the festival, then fired for speaking on the country's politics. Saudi Arabia festival organizers and the General Entertainment Authority chairman have been asked to comment on the situation, but have not yet responded, according to Vanity Fair. However, Saudi has denied it was complicit in the 9/11 attacks. Likewise, the aforementioned participating American comedians have not yet commented on their involvement. The festival serves as the nation's visions for the 2030 efforts, in which Saudi says is a plan to make Saudi Arabia a premier global tourism destination in the next 5 years. But for now, this comedy festival is causing more controversy than it is laughs. This is Pop Talk with your pop culture reporter, Sigourney Bell.
When you think of the biggest sporting events in the world, what comes to mind? Well, the Super Bowl, maybe the World Cup, maybe even the Olympics. But this weekend, golf's biggest event wrapped up. Our sports reporter Nathaniel Cunningham is here to break it all down. Nate?
Hey, thanks, Isabella. The Ryder Cup is golf's biggest event, where a group of 12 players from the United States take on a group of 12 from Europe over 3 days. 28 matches occur, and the first team to get more than 14 points wins. Well, after the first 2 days this past weekend in 16 matches, Europe led 11.5 points to 4.5. That's the largest lead after 2 days in a Ryder Cup ever. But if you thought the U.S. was going to fold, well, think again. On Sunday, the red, white, and blue lost only one match for a total of 8.5 points. That ties the most amount of points a team has put up in a single day. Despite that strong comeback attempt, the U.S. would eventually fall 15-13, marking the first time a visiting team has won the Ryder Cup since 2012. Now, while I could sit here and talk about the craziness that was 3 days of action-packed golf, this year's Ryder Cup had a little bit of a sour taste in its mouth. Being one of the best players in the world isn't easy, especially when you're as vocal as Ireland's Rory McIlroy. The number 2 golfer in the world had insults thrown at him from his entire family, or at his entire family, the entire weekend. When asked about the chance, he kept it simple.
What happened here this week is not acceptable, and it's, for me, it's, come and support your home team. Come and support your team. I think if I was an American, I would be annoyed that I didn't hear a lot of shouts for Scotty today, but I heard a lot of shouts against me. And it's like, support your players.
Those shots were not just verbal either. When walking between holes, a cup was thrown in the direction of McIlroy that ended up hitting his wife. U.S. captain Keegan Bradley tried to defend the American fans, calling them, quote, passionate. However, throughout the weekend, multiple fans were escorted off of Bethpage Black, while state police was increased heavily for Sunday. Either way, the 2025 Ryder Cup saw the closest match since that aforementioned 2012 year. So when golf's biggest event returns stateside in 2029, will the U.S. prevail, or will Team Europe electrify once again? Isabella?
When we come back, this bachelor is facing backlash for his not-so-golden comments. Be right back, Unpeelers.
Welcome to Live from Studio B.
Welcome to another episode of Culturally and Technically Legal.
Previously on Survivor.
Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for easy consumption.
Broadway has entered a new era where we are seeing a surge of celebrities from our favorite films, TV shows, and music take the stage. Is this change benefiting the Broadway community, or is it a detriment? Our Broadway reporter, Kate Galanti, is here to tell us more.
Thank you, Rob. Some of our favorite celebrities are making the transition from screen to stage in the beloved Broadway classic and award-winning musical Moulin Rouge. Let's dive right in. Zombie star Meg Donnelly is making her Broadway debut in Moulin Rouge starting on November 11th at the Al Hirschfeld Theater. She's starting her Broadway journey off strong as she takes on the leading role of Satine, who is portrayed as the seller of love yearning for a serious acting career. While she is primarily known for her performance in the Zombie series on Disney, Donnelly also had a starring role in ABC's American Housewife and recently released an EP titled Dying Art. Donnelly explains in an interview with Playbill that she grew up doing musical theater before pursuing on-camera acting, and that she is so excited to come home and be surrounded by theater kids again. And that's not all. Bob the Drag Queen will take over for Wayne Brady as the role of Harold Zilder, starting on January 27th of next year for an 8-week limited engagement. Non-binary actor and media presence Caldwell Titteque, aka Bob the Drag Queen, won the title of America's Next Drag Superstar in Season 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and has since moved on to co-host HBO's We're Here. But Bob says that he moved to New York City at 17 years ago to pursue Broadway. He expresses his gratitude for the opportunity in recent interviews, stating that some roads just take a while. He remains an icon for the LGBTQ community, both on screen and off stage. The announcements of both Meg Donnelly and Bob the Drag Queen taking the stage have had an overwhelmingly positive impact on the Broadway box office. Since they're both limited engagements, fans of all different ages and demographics have been eager to see their celebrity icons on the big stage, and ticket sales have seen an increase. And in a show as popular as Moulin Rouge, this is not uncommon. Back when pop star Jojo Levesque and actor Aaron Tveit revived their roles in the classic, a report noted that there was over a $300,000 increase in ticket sales in their first week alone. So, needless to say, celebrities are returning to their theater roots, and the Broadway box office is benefiting from it greatly. We'll see which Hollywood star takes the stage next. Back to you, Isabella.
Thank you, Kate. Now, the highly anticipated second season of ABC's The Golden Bachelor premiered last Wednesday and left many fans feeling unimpressed with this year's leading man. Here to break down the messy details is our reality TV reporter, Lane Yeager. Lane, I'm so excited to talk about this with you, especially from one reality TV beat reporter to another.
Yes.
Why was there so much controversy about this season?
So this year's Golden Bachelor is 66-year-old former Rams linebacker Mel Owens, and fans were originally upset with his casting because he was not one of the 24 men featured on the first season of The Golden Bachelorette, which premiered this time last year. However, they were even more upset with his casting after comments he made on the University of Michigan Athletics podcast In the Trenches this past June. Now, on the podcast, while recalling a conversation that he had with Golden Bachelor producers, he stated, quote, "I told them to stay away from the artificial hips and wigs," end quote, and that he would cut any woman that was 60 years or older. Now, he rightfully received backlash for these comments, and many fans stated that they would not be watching the show if he was the Bachelor this year.
Yeah, I mean, totally understandable. But did he mention any of these comments at all during the first episode?
He actually did address these comments within the first minute of the premiere, stating that he was nervous the women will have misconceptions about him. And many of the women actually did confront him during their first impressions, and 71-year-old cosmetic dentist Terry even playfully hit him with the puppet she brought after stating, quote, "I bet you weren't expecting all of these women over 60 to look so hot," which is just so iconic. Period. And at the end of the night, he actually ended up giving the first impression rose to 64-year-old Jerry Flowers and the first one-on-one date to 66-year-old Cheryl Steele.
Oh, good for these women for calling him out, but I gotta know, how are fans reacting to this first premiere?
Well, fans were pretty unimpressed by the premiere, and many found Owens to be incredibly unlikable and having really no personality. So that was not great. And they also noticed that the two women with visibly gray hair this season, there were only two of them, they were both voted out during this, or sent home within this first episode, which is obviously not a great look considering his past comments that he's made. But there is a new episode premiering right now, so we'll just have to tune in and see how this season unfolds.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lane. When we return, it's time to introduce this year's next generation of leaders. Stay tuned, Unpeelers.
Welcome to my house. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The walls were closing in.
Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It could help you find a little more breathing room.
Baby, you see, I cannot set you free. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Time magazine has unveiled its latest Time 100 Next list, celebrating 100 leaders who are shaping the future. From entertainment and politics to health and business, these are the change makers of the world.
This year's Time magazine global cover features singer Tate McRae, actor Jonathan Bailey, and Spring Health CEO April Koh. Each of the 100 members has a feature story on the website written by friends, colleagues from their industries. So like we said, the three covers, here they are.
They look so great. I mean, obviously, huge Tate McRae fan right here. I was her for Halloween last year. So very excited to see her on the Time 100 Next list.
Jonathan Bailey, too. I mean, great actor. Wicked, the Wicked series, not just the Wicked movie, everyone.
We got another one coming up.
We got another one coming
in
up.
a few months.
Super excited about it. Love to see Jonathan Bailey.
And he was nominated by Ariana Grande, which is just like so wholesome. She wrote a little piece on him, which was really, really great. And it's awesome to have a businesswoman in here as well, April Koh, who's the CEO of Spring Health. Which is
great
really
mental
amazing.
health organization,
Yes.
Spring Health. So happy to see so much different types of recognition, not just sticking with singers, actors, business people.
Yeah.
Get them all.
There's so many, and there's also so many different categories. There's the artist category, which we have a few people right here, like you said, Jonathan Bailey, Gracie Abrams. So excited to see her on here. She's really making some waves. Becky G.
Oh, throwback?
I know.
Throwback with
singing
Becky
in the
G.
shower. I love Becky G. She got some good new music out though too. I'm really excited about Helen J. Shen.
Yeah.
She right now is in a maybe happy ending on Broadway, which is really, really exciting, and I think very, very deserved.
Isabella is the biggest Broadway fan I know, so that's just that's a shoe-in that you're happy about the Broadway people. Let's get some country, little Lady W in here. I love it. I think this is. I'm very happy about this artist list, but I think we got a couple more people in here.
Yes, we do. We have the
Phenoms
Phenoms category as well, like we mentioned, Tate McRae. Lola Tung from The Summer I Turned Pretty. She was also nominated by the creator of The Summer I Turned Pretty, Jenny
Isn't
Han.
that just the best kind of praise you could get from your boss? That's incredible. Superman?
Superman, there you go.
The Superman. And then I'm so happy to see Paige Beckers, that WNBA. More, please, more. Cricket? Sure. All right, okay, I'll take that any time of the week. Twice on Sundays, please.
There you go. Well, it's just like we said, like we have such a variety of people here from different sports, like cricket. Who would have ever thought that it would be on here? But we got actors, Superman, we already got Summer I Turned Pretty. I mean, it's great. Such a well-rounded group of people. And there's so many more that we unfortunately don't have time to cover, but that is all the time that we have with you tonight on Unpeeled.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on our socials at Unpeeled_Syracuse on Instagram and at CitrusTVE on X. I'm Rob Gabrik.
And I'm Isabella Galan. We will see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Stay influential, Syracuse.